Pink Fohawk is a crass, vulgar, violent, raunchy podcast that is meant for immature adult audiences only. Content warning is available in the description.
Hey everybody, welcome to Pink Fohawk. This is an actual play podcast set in the Shadowrun universe. And this is our first episode, so for anyone unfamiliar with how actual play podcasts work, all you need to know is that it's an improvised adventure where players take on the role of characters who you'll meet in just a second, and they roll dice to determine the outcomes of their actions. The Game Master, or GM, sets the scene, explains the world, and plays the parts of all the other characters that the players will come across in their adventure. The specific game that we're playing is Shadowrun. So, Shadowrun. We're playing 2nd edition, so it's set in the year 2053. And oddly, it's set in the city of Seattle, which is very specific. It's basically Blade Runner, but like mixed with Lord of the Rings. So magic has resurfaced, elves, orcs, trolls, they've all sort of come back into the world. It's a dystopian cyberpunk future, but what's genius about it is that it's supposed to take place in 2053, but it was written in 1989. So the future tech is hilarious. We're going to really be leaning into that and taking it very seriously. But that's basically the world. People are walking around with cybernetic limbs. They've got cyber implants. People can plug their brains into their computers and surf through the matrix with their consciousness. You got elves and orcs with machine guns riding motorcycles, slinging magical spells at each other. It's awesome. Shadowrun is a D6 system, meaning that all the dice we roll are regular 6-sided dice. And you're going to soon see that Shadowrun uses a shit ton of them. But you don't need to worry about how it works. I got you covered. All right, let's get the show on the road. My name is Ben, and I'm the Game Master for this series. Let's meet our players and learn a little bit about their characters.
Hey guys, my name's Dan. I'm playing Tina Bone Meal. Tina's a troll. Ben and I talked about that. We think she's about 9.5 feet tall or so. So it's going to be interesting seeing how she actually fits through the hallways and doorways of some of these buildings. But yeah, Tina's basically, she's muscle, she's surveillance. She has a lot of trouble relating to other beings. She is incredibly interested in how people tick, and she just doesn't understand it, the nuance of like communication and humor. She's obsessed with it. And she does a lot of video recording, and she's really into surveillance. And she's really big into public transit. She spends a lot of time on the bus. She just studies people and like videotapes them, and then takes it back to her apartment, and then just like tries to glean like what it is that makes a person, because she just has trouble with it.
So creepy, but like the most innocent reasoning for it.
Yeah, very much so. She's like a freelance runner. She moved to Seattle like, I wouldn't say like 3 years ago. She broke up with her long-term love of her life girlfriend in Portland, so she moved into Seattle just kind of get away, get a fresh start. That's where she learned how to run back in Portland. So now she's like running in Seattle. She got a new puppy, the whole thing. It died after like 3 weeks and didn't work out. But like she's really found herself in a lot of different ways. She's found a new community here in Seattle. Feels like she belongs, but she is a loner as well. And really what she wants to do is act. She wants to, like, that's her aspiration. She wants to be a performer. And she's got a lot going on.
I'm Christian and I play John Anderson. So John Anderson, I would describe myself as a former company man. He worked for a A-level megacorp. Now he's a freelancer. The details of him leaving the company is a little mysterious. We're not exactly sure if he was terminated, if he left on his own accord. He definitely has respect for the power, the awesome power of the megacorps. The megacorps are not to be trifled with. He understands them inside and out. He knows what they're fully capable of. And I would say that he appears as though he's still sort of at that executive level. He definitely throws around money. He lives in, a fairly fancy apartment, but he is doing gigs, shadowrunning, so he obviously needs the cash. So I think he pretends to be a little bit of more of a high roller than maybe he is. Mm-hmm. So he's a former sort of yuppie Patrick Bateman type, and now he's living a life of crime.
He's slumming it, but in a life of luxury. He's looking good doing it.
That's right. For appearance, John is a human, just the classic yuppie. That's what he looks like. Relatively short hair, a little bit on the surface, a little abrasive.
Is he handsome? Is John handsome?
I would say that he's not super handsome. I think he's
like a 6.
He's got a familiar face. I wouldn't say that you're gonna be turned off by John, but I wouldn't say you're gonna be turned on either.
You would probably be turned off by Tina until you got to know her a little bit. Like, she's formidable.
She's big. She's fucking 9 feet tall of troll muscle.
She's a tank, and she's got a lot of costumes, and she loves character acting, and like that's not really what she's cut out to do, but that's how she likes to try to run.
Yeah, and going back to the appearance of John, man, like, listen, you put an expensive suit on anyone, and they look good. Like, Daniel Craig is not actually that good looking of a man, but when he's dressed as Bond, man, like, he's fucking amazing.
That's a hot button topic, man.
I mean, he's in excellent shape. He's an Adonis. But, like, I'm just saying, like...
There are two camps in the world. There are people who think that Daniel Craig is like a 10 plus, and then there are people who think he's like a 4. And I think
I'm somewhere in the middle of that.
I'm the former. Give me some more Daniel. Like, I don't need another Bond. Like, just... let Daniel Craig play Bond until he keels over. And then let's just be done with the movies altogether. Because I don't need another James Bond.
Well, so there's two things that I've been thinking about John. I want him to move my character motivation like Chow Yun Fat from Hard Boiled. I want him to be like just kind of rigid and strong and calculating. But, you know, and he does have wired reflexes. So he can move quickly if he needs to, but he won't use that unless, like, someone's, like, you know, throwing a knife at him or a grenade or something. And he has to turn real quick.
Is he like Seagal? Like, I'm reading Seagal.
Yes.
So, all right, let's get you into the world here. So, John and Tina, you're both Shadowrunners, meaning you're like mercenaries or guns for hire that do these sort of odd jobs that the mega corporations and other factions need done, but don't want to get their hands dirty. And it's been a rough few months for you guys. Money has been tight. The flow of potential jobs has slowed down from a trickle to becoming completely stagnant. And to make matters worse for John, specifically, it's looking like you might have to downsize your apartment if you don't rake in some Nuyen quick. Ooh. And Nuyen is like the currency in 2053.
Okay.
So, this is like from John's perspective, because I'm not sure. I feel like Tina is not as in a desperate situation for work, really. But John, you're like on the Shadowlands, which is basically like a message board for Shadowrunners. And you're just like looking for fucking...
It's called the Shadowlands?
The Shadowlands. And it's basically just like a 90s like message board. And it's like that everyone posts, it's like runners talking about little tidbits of information or whatever. And what's
the format of it? Is it like computer screens that people are like on, or is it just like a bulletin board and like an alleyway
it's on
somewhere?
A computer. It's on your computer. It's basically like Craigslist. It's really not fancy.
Okay.
Anyway, so you're looking for work, and every time you see like someone maybe like, hey, we need another runner for this thing, like it gets snatched up, and you're like, fuck, like you can't get a gig. And finally you get a call from your fixer, and his name's Millie. You knew him from a friend of a friend, and Tina, you actually have the same fixer actually.
Okay.
He's an orc. He's from his like mid-50s, kind of a hard ass Cockney dude that runs a bar in downtown Seattle. So he's not like a fucking slick. He's not really good fixer. He has his like finger on the pulse of like street level gigs. Okay, so he calls you up, and
so I'm really slumming it right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got a really nice place, but the level of work that is available to you at this point, you were obviously shooting for bigger things, and you kept sort of going for the next level and the next level, and you're finally at this, like, I'll take whatever.
I'll be ordering a martini in a PBR bar.
Is John paying rent, or does he like own his condo?
He's got, I think it's like 3 months paid.
Oh.
But it's been about 3 months. Okay. So you're getting to the point where you have to start paying for your rent. I think your rent is $10,000 a month is John. Anyway, you both get a call from Millie.
You should definitely do Millie.
All right. John, he gives you a call. You get a call from Millie.
Hello, this is John.
Oi, John, it's Millie. How you been? But don't you have to answer that. I know how you been. I know how you been. You took my ear off last time. Listen, I got a gig for you. I got it all. It has to happen tonight, though. All right? It's ready. It's ready right now. You got to be ready to go.
Right now. God, Millie. All right. Give it to me. Give it to me straight. What's the score?
Well, you know the MO. I can't give you too
Millie,
much.
booby.
I can't give you too. I can't.
Booby, baby.
Tell me what's going on.
My job is to be a little bit anonymous with, I got to keep the client happy, I got to keep you happy, but listen, you are a good client of mine, I want to keep you. It's the Mafia. The Mafia, they have a little gig, and if you can do a good job for them, you get some good street cred. They hang by their people. This is a good one.
I've dealt with worse trash in the Mafia, in boardrooms. I can handle this.
And he sends you sort of the details on where to meet him. And he's like,
The Johnson, he's going to meet you at this noodle bar. It's called the Yankee Noodle. It's down over on, it's up in sort of the northern downtown.
Just give me the address for this shithole.
And you get a little ping right away. And he says,
all right, I'm just going to try and scrounge up a few more runners. I mean, I think this thing's going to be, it sounds like it might get a little hairy. But, again, you can work out the details with the Johnson, work out the pay. Good luck out there, John.
All right, thanks, I guess.
Such an asshole. I'm imagining like a fucking glass of like expensive Chianti, like
yeah,
you're holding as you're on the phone talking about doing this shit gig.
But at the same time, I have nothing in my apartment because I'm running out of cash and I had to sell everything.
Right. You had like a fucking sick like sedan car and it got repossessed recently. Like it's
been hard on John.
It's been hard on John. Tina, you get your phone rings as well.
Tina picks up the telephone. Hello?
Oh, Tina. Is this Tina?
Yeah. This is you called me.
Right. Listen, I got a job for you, all right? It's tonight.
Tonight? What night is it?
It's a Tuesday.
Millie, I don't work Tuesdays.
All right, I need a yes or no, all right? It's a good gig.
Who's on it?
I got another runner here. Yeah, I don't think you've ever met him. He's new to the scene, but he's real high level. Used to work for a really big corps. He's a good contact to have. I can tell you. You having your back, you're in good hands.
What's it pay?
Well, you know the deal. You got to work that out with the Johnson. I don't work that out just yet. You can go there and negotiate that.
Who's Johnson?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Tina. The Johnson is...
That was a nice... the accent was tuned to perfection right there.
Jesus Christ. Johnson, it's a code. It was a way of keeping anonymity.
What's the key to the code?
All right. You said you're in?
What time do I need to be there? I've got practice at 7 p.m.
You're going to have to cancel. It has to happen.
Again, I canceled 2 weeks ago. There are lots of people trying to get in on this, and my spot. They're only going to keep it open so much longer.
I'll tell you what. I'll buy tickets to your next show.
No.
I'll buy tickets to your next show. I'll be there.
You said that last month.
I know.
And I showed up and I didn't see you there, and then I called you.
But you gave me the wrong address.
You said that there was traffic. And
now I'm picturing the landlord in the Big Lebowski going to the Big Lebowski the play.
If I do this, you must be there, and you must bring 3 other people.
All right. Yeah, I'll be there with 3 other people. You can count on me.
Okay, let me call the guys, and then where am I going? Fine. Yeah, let's do it.
You're gonna meet at the Yankee Noodle. It's gonna be.
I take the consonants off of everything. That's how I do my accent. Not Yankee Noodle.
Yeah, it's very Michael Caine. Michael
Caine.
The Yankee Noodle. I know that.
Right.
Do
Yankee
they still
Noodle.
serve food?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a sort of a half brothel type deal as well. But you definitely get. You got good noodles, sure.
What time is it now?
It is. I would say like mid-afternoon, like 3 p.m.
Oh, it's mid-afternoon. Okay.
Yeah.
I love the friendship between you, the casual friendship. I feel like John definitely doesn't have that relationship.
No, he does not want any relationship with Millie.
No.
She says, okay, Yankee Noodle, I'll be there.
All right.
Wait, what's it pay?
I'll talk to you after I'll talk to you later.
Is that in character? Did you really forget?
Okay. Are you going to be there?
It will all get sorted. It'll all be sorted. A nice man named Johnson will be there.
Okay. I'll look for him.
All right. Good luck out there, Tina.
Thanks.
And he said, Jesus. You start to hear him be like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I was thinking that too, like as you hang up.
Like, oh, that's hard. I did not understand any of that.
All right, so, John, what are you taking out to the Yankee Noodle?
I still have my bike, my rapier.
Your
Yamaha.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely still rocking that thing. They can't take that away from me. By the way, I want John to be like ripping on this like crotch rocket motorcycle, but like in the suit with like his like tie flapping. Like he's definitely like, yeah, he's got the suit, but like it's like he sleeps in the suit, you know?
It's a second skin.
It's a second skin.
Yeah, you're ripping down this highway and you get to the Yankee Noodle.
I should definitely loud rev, like put it in neutral and give it a little gas right before I turn her off.
There are like a couple of like rough looking bikers like sitting in like the parking area where you rev and they're kind of looking. They're impressed. They like the bike.
There's also outside. There's also just a scooter parked like right next to all of the biker motorcycles in a line, and it's just kind of like propped up right there.
This is an electric scooter?
Yeah, it might be gas. I don't know the stats on this scooter, but it's like a Vespa.
Got
It's whatever the
Vespa,
Shadowrun
okay.
scooter is.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking like almost like a kid's scooter.
It's like a moped. No. It's like a moped. It's
like
a motorized.
a stand-up.
Like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Got it. Got it.
So yeah, okay. So you walk up to this front area, and she's like, welcome. Is there anyone you're here to meet?
No one in particular.
And she sort of looks at sort of the security guy, and he kind of just shrugs.
Is this a restaurant called the Yankee Noodle?
Yeah,
It's like food.
Yeah, it's
a mafia restaurant called the Yankee Noodle.
So it's just like it's like a noodle joint, but it's also kind of like a double entendre. You can also get like hand jobs, and it's
Okay.
it's
the Yankee Noodle.
Yankee Noodle.
I did not put that together.
I was gonna reveal that.
I was digging the name too, but I didn't put that together.
I think it's funny if Ben's like, of course.
Tina flashed to inside. Tina is just like staring at someone giving some dude giving another guy a hand job at the bar, and she's like she knows what sex is, but she's just like isn't sure if it's okay that this is happening in here or not, and she's stepped into a completely different world of what's socially acceptable. Like
It's just throwing her for a loop.
She's been to the Yankee Noodle many times before, but just for the noodles. And this is the first time she's seen a hand job happening right out in the open, and she's stuck on it. Like she can't get her eyes away.
That's amazing.
God, I don't even know how John's gonna react.
Well, no.
to
So
this.
okay. So let me paint the picture. Okay. So you say like no one in particular, right? And the waitress looks over to the security guy and he just shrugs and he waves you over. Weapons in the bin.
Am I giving up my weapons? Am I forced?
And you can
All
just
right,
see like a whole. It's like a coat check. There's like a shit ton of fucking weapons up on this wall and these racks and shit with little numbers on them.
All right, I dropped the giant machine gun that I've got underneath my jacket, but I've got a concealed pistol, silenced pistol in the back. I'm not gonna give that up unless I'm caught.
So he
John likes to always have a little bit of negotiating power.
So he takes the H&K. He's like, anything else?
You ask a lot of questions in this joint.
It pays to be safe. So he motions for you to lift your arms. He's gonna frisk you.
Oh man. Okay.
And what's your concealability? What's the concealability on your pistol? It says conceal 7.
Yeah, conceal 7.
Jesus Christ, he rolled shit. He doesn't get it. He just sort of like quickly just like rubs down your sides like, all right, go in.
I think it's funny because John has like the wired reflexes if he's like doing the classic like magician, like he's like moving it.
Yeah, he looks like he's standing still, but he's like vibrating slightly.
Yeah.
So he waves you in. And as you walk through, it's like you walk out into this like back sort of patio that's like overlooking like this overpass going into like downtown Seattle.
Right.
And it's a ton of like white noise, natural white noise from the traffic. It's the umbrellas are sort of like covering each table, and there's like neon poles and neon coming out of the. It's like the whole thing's like bathed in like yellow and red neon, and sort of like there's a little bar along the right side, and they've got different cocktails, and there's a bunch of tables with steaming Benihana like grill tables, and there's also like little places where people can sit down and just have like noodles and stuff. You get the feeling that like this place is sort of used by criminals a lot. It's sort of like the clientele.
Okay.
You see Tina, how punctual is Tina?
She's on. She's dialed in. She uses public transportation a lot, but she plans ahead. So she leaves like 5 hours early just in case.
Nice. And public transit, all of it, even like most vehicles in Shadowrun are all like run on grid guide. It's all like AI run. So it's very efficient. Like you can actually get places like right on time.
She's big on that. Like she likes her scooter, but she uses the buses a lot.
Nice. So yeah, John, you walk into this place and you basically see this table.
I should be like a minute late, like any executive.
Nice.
And you see like this straight ahead of you down at the very end is like a large table, and a guy sitting and just staring at you, and a huge troll is like awkwardly sitting sort of beside him, like sort of like away from everybody else on this side of this bench.
But her attention is like towards the bar, like she's not paying attention to the people at the table.
Okay, I'm going to move towards them.
Okay.
I feel like I know
how many people
exactly.
are at this table? It's the guy. It's the guy you're supposed to meet, and then the troll, and then who? How many other people are there?
So there's the Johnson, there's Tina, and then another human is there.
So Tina's back is to John. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also the other human at the table, his back is to
right.
John.
All right, I think I'm gonna walk up and tap Tina on the shoulder. Or you know what? I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna sit down beside her, and I'm gonna order a martini at the bar, which I know that this place is not gonna provide anything good. I'm gonna turn to Tina. I'm gonna say, "You here for the gig?"
And Tina does not break her stare of the hand job that's going on over at the bar right now, like underneath the bar, and she just says, "Yeah, I'm here for the gig. How about you?" And then she turns and looks at John square in the eye. Tina's so big, she like looks around and she's seated, but she's like staring you straight in the eye because she's got a big old fucking torso on her. How about you?
Yeah, I wanna get this gig and get out of here as soon as possible.
And as you two are talking, this other human on the other side of John goes, John Anderson?
Who's asking?
Oh shit! He shoves you on the shoulder. He goes, Rory Gallagher. We worked together. Remember back in the company days?
Doesn't ring a bell.
So this guy, just so you know, John, just for your backstory, this guy, you fucking hate this guy. Guy.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought he was gonna be like some like low level person that I didn't even pay attention to.
He's sitting going, oh man, how many years has it been? Oh my god. He's like, and you're in Seattle. This is crazy. I'm trying to make a start in Seattle. I find it really hard. How you coming along? I mean,
this isn't a really good time, Rory. I'm meeting here with my friend.
Oh, you're here for... Oh, you're on a job. Me too.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's like, I got so many stories I got to tell you, man. Like, when you left the company, it's weird. Like, I got put, like, right where you were. They put me, like, exactly in the position that you had. And it was, like, crazy. Like, all the stuff that you used to do, they made me kind of do. It was great. I had a really good time. I mean, it just didn't work out. But I don't know. I remember I know the circumstances.
I think John's definitely, like, looking at Tina, maybe even this person he just met, just to see if he could save him. Hoping that this guy isn't part of our shadowrunning team.
And Tina just kind of... She's been watching the two of you talk. You know that guy?
Unfortunately.
He seems great. Like he's really seems like a nice guy.
I'm gonna need another drink. Barkeep, where's that martini? Make it a double.
So the guy across the table from you, he's been sort of on the phone and not really paying much attention, and he finally sort of hangs up the phone and he's like, "All right, is this all you? This should be what? Yeah, okay. It's totally gonna be like a troll here too. Okay, all right."
Tina leans in. She goes, "I'm looking for Mr. Johnston."
Johnston.
Right. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. I'm the one running the job here. I don't know, but I'm sure you guys heard a little bit about the. I'm with the family. I think it pays to be a little straight with the people working for me. But if you guys are here for the job and ready to hear it, I can get right into it.
Lay it on me.
I'm here for work, but I was told to find a Mr. Johnston.
It's Johnson.
You know where he is?
Do I know where he is? Aren't we talking to him? Jesus Christ.
My friend Millie told me to come here, look for Johnston. I thought...
Is this the crew? Is this the crew, Rory, and who? What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Tina Bone Meal.
Tina Bone Meal. Well, at least you look like you could kick someone's ass.
She doesn't say anything, she just winks at you.
I know Rory couldn't even wipe his own.
Oh, John, you're incorrigible. You're incorrigible.
Tina just smiles and kind of nods.
The mafia guy just looks at you all. Are you done? Time is fucking money. I'm losing money. All right, the docks, the shipping docks in downtown here, the main shipping yard, Terminal 18. The family, we run it, okay? We got some data, really important data, in a cargo container that's stuck there in transit. Crazy street gang has gone and occupied the whole place, and I can't get it out of there. The Lone Star has showed up, and they've got the place.
Lone Stars, they're just like police?
The Lone Star, so police is all privatized in Shadowrun world.
Okay.
And Lone Star are the ones that have won the contract for Seattle.
Okay, so they're like private
Right,
police.
Of course.
Right.
We know everything about Shadowrun.
But these are pretty common. Like the Lone Stars are identifiable. They're everywhere. They're widespread across the city. They're
Yeah. You
they
can tell
are
a mile
a
away.
noticeable uniform. They are.
Yep.
All right.
And I can't send any of my soldiers in because the Lone Star has showed up and they've got the place surrounded and they know my guys from a mile away. They got them all fingered.
Speaking of fingered, this is a disgusting place you've brought us to. You got a room that's a little more private where we can discuss the details of this mission?
I like to keep things right out in the open.
You certainly do.
And he waves it. He's like, anyone here getting a special? And this, he waves this like concubine over, and she starts sitting next to him. She's sort of like massaging his shoulders and shit. And then he's like,
Never rub another man's rhurbarb.
What the fuck is that term?
I've never heard that.
I haven't either.
That's from Batman. Come on, guys.
Oh, I've never heard it.
That's Jack Nicholson.
Is it?
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't never heard that. I watched that movie.
Yeah, he says never rub another man's rhubarb.
What the fuck is that?
He says it to Batman.
Is that how you make rhubarb pie? Like, what do you like massage it to like?
You got to stroke.
I don't
You got to
know.
stroke it out.
Honestly, I have no idea. Really.
We digress.
We digress. We'll do that a lot. So he says, he's like, what I need you to do, I need you to get in there. I need you to get the data, and I need you to bring it back to our rendezvous point. Real simple, but it has to happen soon because it's a real weird situation. We do this thing. We sort of like shut down the docks and do these sort of negotiations with the different corps that ship their goods through there. It's something we do every couple of years, just to like, it's a song and dance we got to do to get the rates up. It happens all the time. It's not a big deal. However, this time it happened. I try to get on the phone with them. Nobody answers. That's a little weird, I think. Next day, these fucking gangers show up and they force all my guys out. So things are looking fishy. So then recently, I have a call of a couple of friends. They get a little surveillance drone to get some recon photos or whatever. These fucking gangers, they're searching the cargo containers. And I know it's no coincidence that this fucking package that I need is on that dock and it's stuck there. Someone's trying to fucking steal this shit, and I need to get in there and get it before they take it.
You think it's the Corp trying to steal their own shit?
I didn't say that.
Wouldn't put it past him.
So what is it?
Rory leans over and goes, what you thinking, John? It seems like you got a good idea there.
Shut the fuck up, Rory. Tina, what do you think?
I'd like to know what it is we're going in after.
Okay, well, it's a little chip. About 6,000 MPs on a chip, but it's in the vault. And the vault, it's not that big. Again, the chip's small. The vault's like a couple 100 pounds. Big girl here should be able to handle that.
The vault's 200 pounds, and there's a chip inside it. And where's the vault? It's in a cargo container?
We flagged the side of the cargo container with a marker that you can only see with ultraviolet light. I'll give you an ultraviolet lamp. You fire that baby up, you should be able to see which one it is. Now, the vault should be the only thing in the cargo container. We paid for passage. There should be nothing else in there, so that shouldn't be a problem to find the vault. Once you find the cargo container, you found the vault, and you found the data.
Okay.
He leans really far forward, and the concubine struggles to reach his shoulders. He's like, you didn't hear this from me, but I think there's a leak in the family somewhere.
A leak, you say?
That's just a hunch. But all this shit just seems to be happening every time we get some sort of information. It seems like someone ends up having it before we can act on it. You know what I'm saying? It's getting fishy.
Maybe we should smoke him out with some false information.
I'm all ears. That's why I'm paying you.
So I didn't catch your name.
John Anderson.
No. This guy.
Johnson.
So you are Johnston.
I'm Johnson, sure.
Okay.
And he looks at John and just like, you know this one.
I want to down the drink and just kind of take a sigh because I realize I'm between this guy that I hate and this person that I'm pretty sure is an idiot, but I know that they're probably going to be an ass kicker, so like at least I know I've got some protection going into this.
Rory says, so how are we supposed to get in there?
So wait, hold on. The shipping yards are like have security. Why can't we just go to the shipping yards?
No one can get in. There's cops surrounded it. It's like sort of like this standoff between the cops and this gang.
Okay.
When the cops showed up, we thought, all right, this will get taken care of in fucking 2 or 3 hours. They'll go in there and they'll kick everyone's ass and get them out of there, whatever. But they've like suspiciously have just like fucking hung out. When I looked in the photos, sure enough, the fucking gangers are going around. They're searching all the cargo containers. I think someone's paying them to keep people out so they can find what I'm looking for. And that's fucking mine. These are my fucking docks.
All right, well, obviously we need a distraction, so let's take a look at the maps.
So he hands you sort of this aerial photo of the shipping docks. And it's sort of this like island. It's like set right in the center of downtown, actually, but it's like right off to the west side of the city.
Okay.
And you can see like little water passages on the west and on the east side of it where ships can come in and there's cranes that can pull the cargo containers off. And on the east side of the island is a big circle. That's Terminal 18. Now, I know that the cargo container is somewhere in Terminal 18. That's the last we heard of it. It was unloaded. Things were running smooth. Then this whole bullshit happened. So it's got to be there.
I have a question. These round silos near the docks, is that some sort of fuel container or something like that?
Yeah, that's where they refuel like the boats, and they can refuel like a lot of the cars and whatever that go onto this place. It's sort of like a self-contained.
Is there a road going into this place, or is it only accessible by boat?
So there's a big highway that goes along the south end of it, going east to west.
Tina, I have a question for you, because I know Rory doesn't know shit.
Yeah?
You have access to a boat?
Yeah, I got a boat. You get a boat?
Interesting. What I'm thinking is I could drive up on the highway with my motorcycle, sneak down in, plant some sort of explosive charge on one of these fuel containers, maybe create a distraction at the same time you and Rory approach by boat.
We could do that.
Rory, what is it that you know how to do?
John, I learned everything from watching you. I can do everything you can do.
Jesus Christ.
What do you need me to do?
Tina, just between me and you, I'm not sure how reliable this guy's going to be on this gig.
You say this fully audibly in front of him.
Fully audibly. Yes. I'm an asshole for sure.
He's like,
if you haven't noticed.
He jokes. I could drive the boat. You need me to drive the boat?
No. I can drive the boat. It's my boat. I drive the boat.
Right. Okay. John, you're sure you don't need any help with the explosives? I can help with that.
Oh my God.
I tell you what, all right, we can find something for you. What's your name? Rory?
Rory, yeah.
I got it right.
I got it right. Funny. Congratulate yourself on that. I would say, if you're going to blow up a gas tank, make sure it's got a logo of, I don't know, one of the corps. He points to these ones up here right in the middle. Make sure it's none of those. There's like a center cluster of them. He's like, those are ours. Don't blow any of those up. Any of them on the fringes on the sides, those are owned by the corpse. They're fair game. Knock yourselves out.
Sure thing.
Tina's feeling...
I have an idea.
Tina's feeling still suspicious. She's going to lean in and just say, is there anything else we need to know from you about this job?
All I got for you is the most important information, baby. And he points up to the northeast of the map. There's a police barge. A few police boats that have just docked up there. They got a little ferry, a few police wagons. They're starting to make a little bit of work and arresting some of these gangers and stuff. If you want to get out of there, I got you a way out. I got one guy on the take, and I've paid him, and he's willing to arrest you and haul your asses back out. If shit goes down, you turn yourselves into the police.
She turns to John and whispers in his ear, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's
So that sounds really good. That sounds good. I think we might do that. Let's just plan on that. How about that? Sounds like a great plan.
He's like, that's all I got. Pay is $7,500 a piece. Simple smash and grab.
This is all paid on the back end, I take it?
All on the back end. You bring the chip to the rendezvous point.
Where's the rendezvous point?
It's south of the docks, just on the northern edge of Tacoma. It's an old football field. Nice and quiet. You bring the chip there. We'll part ways. You get your money.
All right.
And we conclude business. And I'm telling you guys, you do this job right, I know lots of people. The family doesn't forget.
All right. I'm sold.
Sounds easy enough.
All right. And he slides a cred stick across the table, and it looks, you can like basically touch it, and it shows you like a figure on it, and it's 1,000 nuyen. This is up front for any gear you need, ammunition, anything. I just want it done right.
Okay.
And he's like, if you excuse me, I am going to go to a more private quarters. And he takes his concubine, and he stands up and he walks over, and it's basically like 5 feet away. It's just like this paper wall that you can totally see their outlines through. And he like sits back, and you just see him start to get a hand job.
There you go. So Tina was basically just waiting for this Johnston person to leave because she does not trust him. She just assumes we're going to stay at this table and kind of chat it out and make a plan here. And unless somebody else feels differently about going somewhere else.
I'd like to get the hell out of this place. That's just how John rolls.
Tina's going to follow John's lead.
Okay. You guys, you're walking out to the front. The security guy asks you for your number.
Like to get our guns back?
Yeah.
Okay, so I give it to him.
And he walks back and he gives John like his fucking H&K, this fucking sick automatic SMG, and he's like, there you go. You? And he points to the troll.
I didn't bring anything.
And he just sizes you up again, and he shrugs, is like, it makes sense. You can handle yourself, looks like. And he looks at Rory, and Rory's like, I didn't bring anything either. And he's like, and so then you guys all walk outside. So then you walk over and to the bikes, and there's a couple of gangers just standing right outside. One of them's got their foot on the scooter, and he's just smoking, and they're talking and kind of laughing and
on
shit.
Tina's scooter?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
One of the bikers?
Yeah. There's about 3 of them.
Three bikers?
3 bikers. They got, they look at probably in their mid 40s. They look a little grizzled.
All right. All right. Tina's actually pretty laid back. Like, she's always looking for a friend. She doesn't have a quick temper, but the one thing she does stay true to is she loves her scoot. Like, that's her baby. And she treats it like she's in a biker gang of one, which is all she needs to be at her size. And she's a little red hot when she sees this guy. She just kind of says under her breath, "It's my fucking bike. That's my fucking bike."
I hear you. John understands bike, the respect of the bike.
And she just starts walking right over towards her scooter. I don't know how far away it is at this point, but she starts beelining right towards it.
You're about 20 feet away, and they're smoking and talking, and they see you walking up. I mean, you're pretty easy to spot. They're kind of more curious than anything, because they're like, what the fuck is...
Tina walks up, she goes, "Is that your fucking bike?"
He looks down at the scooter, he's like, "No." And he's like, "Why?"
"Just kidding. I know it's not your bike, because it's mine." And she pulls out an 8-foot chain whip out of her sleeve.
Fuck.
And she just swings it around her head one time, and then just slings it right at his fucking head and tries to wrap it around his neck and pull his head off.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Let's look at your sheet. God damn. It's funny. So let's just paint the picture here. These 3 guys look so confused because they're not sure, like, how could a troll fit on this fucking thing? Like, they don't know if you're joking or what. All right, so let's look at your sheet here. So if you're gonna, you're unarmed, or your armed combat, if you're using the whip. So you would roll 66. And
okay, so 66.
66.
Ooh, we're gonna roll some dice.
Some dice, and you can add from your combat pool as well.
Oh, I'm gonna add all of them. So you can add 5.
You can add 5, and your target number is gonna be target number 3.
Okay.
So how many are 3 and above?
I got
7 successes. Okay.
So we're treating her. She's got this massive steel chain link chain whip, and we're kind of treating it like a melee club.
This guy gets 1 success. So you just fucking killed this guy.
Yeah. So the chain whip wrapped around his neck several times, and she didn't even have to pull. The last link of the chain just slapped him in the head, and then she just cinched it up a bit, and his whole head just fucking fell off his body.
I definitely want to be like, what the fuck? Because I understood the bike. I understood we were going to fuck these guys up, but I'm definitely like, holy shit. I didn't think that she was going to fucking just murder this guy.
She just turns to the other 2 and she says, "Don't touch my bike."
Fuck.
The other 2. All right. How about you roll?
I'm not gonna say shit. I think at this point I'm stuck between this fucking loose cannon and this guy that I know is an unreliable shit ass.
Don't touch my bike. I'm gonna roll an etiquette.
I feel like intimidation's got to play in here a little bit.
I don't know how Shadowrun intimidation works. Let me see here.
I'm just living in my D&D world over here.
Charisma.
I'm just living in my D&D
I guess it would.
world.
Just want to do a perception check, please.
I guess it would be a charisma-based roll. So if you're doing etiquette,
for me?
yeah. So,
Like if I'm trying to intimidate him or something like
yeah.
that.
What's your charisma?
Oh, it's not good. It's 2.
2. So you could roll 2 dice with a target number of 8.
5.
8.
What the fuck does that... Or does that mean if I roll a 6, I get to re-roll them or something?
Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah, I got 1 6.
Okay.
My target number is what?
8.
How does that even work? I don't know how
So
to
if
play
you're
Shadowrun.
now you rolled the 6 again.
Oh,
If you
I just
got-
rolled another 6.
I mean, you just so basically you got a success.
Okay.
Wow.
They are just kind of like flabbergasted. Like they're just like fucking like they back away. Their buddy's just fucking rendered dead in front of them, and they just kind of back away like, yeah, no, yeah, fuck, yeah, man.
As they're backing away, Tina's just tucking this 8-foot chain whip back into her sleeve of her jacket.
Oh no, it's your bike. It's your bike. And they're just kind of.
How does Rory react to this?
Rory's like, John, did you just see that?
And I'm just gonna say nothing. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about it.
Is he okay?
And Tina goes, "He's not okay."
So Rory says, "Hey, John, it's a little awkward, but I took a cab here. You mind if I ride with you?"
No chance, Rory.
on your crotch rocket.
Take a cab.
Yeah, okay,
Tina,
no problem.
Tina
no problem.
turns to Rory and she says, "Take his bike." And she picks up his carcass, his headless carcass, and like throws it towards the other bikes, and like dominoes all the other bikes over, just like in Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, shit.
And she's like, "Take your pick."
Oh fuck! You're really fucking picking a fight with these guys. Jesus Christ!
And she just says to John, she's like, "He doesn't need it."
So these
And I'm
guys,
like,
these guys.
I
Have
just
already,
want to keep saying like Jesus Christ, like all
Does
day.
Rory know how to ride a motorcycle?
Let's see. He's like, "Oh no, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, no, I got this. I got it." So you guys are gonna start firing up your bikes, and he's gonna roll to see.
So these guys aren't going to touch us. These guys don't even.
Well, no,
get pissed
they've kind of backed away. She basically won her etiquette, and scared the shit out of them. Like they're basically like, "No, do your thing."
I'm glad. Tina was licking her chops. She was getting a little cocky after that.
When
that
the
etiquette
bikes
win,
fell,
and
you could see they thought
threw the
about
carcass at the other bikes. That might have been a bit much, but she was feeling her oats.
Yeah, basically, you could see it. Like, John, you're in tune with this shit too. You probably saw like them get the idea. Maybe they could jump her, but there was 2 of them. There's just 2 of them. Maybe they had more. But they were just like, "No, we're not fucking with this chick." All right, so let me look at the skill web here for old Rory. You guys are going to be able to get there just fine.
While Rory is trying to figure out how to get on this bike, Tina turns to John and says, "Where are we going?"
I think we should go to the docks, but like in a place like a little ways off,
Like a
we can
vantage
kinda
point?
like an vantage point, exactly.
On like maybe on the opposite side of the water of the bay,
Yeah.
and like scope it out.
Exactly.
I like it.
I didn't like the idea of having like an open conversation. It's mafia place with all the leaks and everything, and it's people are getting whacked off in the fucking corners. I think we needed to get out of there.
Tina walks up to John. She's talking about Rory here. She goes, "What's your read on this guy?"
I can tell you, Tina, that this guy's a total fuck up,
God damn it!
and that
I thought he was really nice. I always get it wrong.
we can't use this guy for anything reliable. He's our backup only.
We can use him for something, I'm sure.
We could definitely use him for something, but I'm not vouching for this guy.
As you're talking, he's sort of sizing up this bike, and it's like a little heavy for him, and he's like, and then
can't pick it
he
up.
swings his leg over, and he fucking rips it. He's like, kicks his foot down, like, and he's like, "Oh, it's all coming back to me." He's like, "I took a joyride across the country once, right after college." He aced his role.
He should floor it, and it like does like a donut, like a 360, but he like barely hangs on, but it's kind of sick.
He knocks down every other bike in the parking lot.
He like overcompensates the brakes and pulls like a 6 stoppie on accident. He almost flies over his handlebars, but
Right, like oh, sick.
and he's like, "So where are we heading?"
Let's go to an overlook vantage point. Like Somewhere where we can kind of plot this thing out and in relative privacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to like take one of the highways there, and it overlooks exactly like the fucking docks, and you can see there's like a riot line of Lone Star cops along that southern edge of the island where the highway meets.
Do we know what gang? Would we know what gang this is? Is it? I assume there's a lot of gangs in Seattle.
Roll me an etiquette. You guys, do you have any etiquette skills?
I don't know.
And
Is
your
that
skills?
a charisma?
I have corporate etiquette.
Whatever your rating for that is.
4.
4? You'd roll 4 dice, and we'll look at this skill web here.
I don't think Tina has any etiquette stats.
Basically, you'd be rolling off of charisma if you don't have an etiquette skill.
Yeah,
you can gain them. You can gain them later as you like progress.
Tina's good at accents, and that's about it as far as etiquette goes. So
she's not a charismatic person. So John, you're gonna roll your 6 dice. Damn, you got 6 in etiquette. You
4.
said 4. Oh, so 4. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. I would say your target number is like 6 because you're not used to you're not used to Seattle necessarily, but maybe you've done your research. So roll 4 dice, target number 6.
I've got 2 charisma. Do I get to roll?
Yeah, you can roll 2.
I want to roll some dice.
Let's see.
I got 2 5s. Does that count?
Tina, you didn't get a success, but John, you can see the colors on these guys, and you know that these are troll killers.
Troll killers?
The gang is called the Troll Killers.
And Tina doesn't know this. She's not picking up on that.
I guess not.
Do I know anything about the troll killers?
So you know, you're able to spot them because they are wearing red and green. That's their gang colors. They're all humans. And they're just basically racist that'll kill any troll they see. They want to, they're just like, that's their stance. Is this like, we're the Troll Killers, and they're just assholes.
Okay.
This is lore, by the way. I didn't make these guys up.
I assume John says this to me.
Yeah, no, these are the troll killers.
And Tina just kind of like...
They're a bunch of racist assholes.
Would Tina have known... Like, I'm assuming the role I just did was like, did I recognize them? Is that also a role of like, has Tina ever heard of them? I would
say Tina's heard. I think it's reasonable that Tina has definitely heard.
Well, it'd be funny if she hadn't, but I'm just saying...
Maybe
like,
she can't recognize them on sight, but like...
Yeah. She's like, I heard of those motherfuckers.
Rory's like, does that mean they don't like trolls? You're a troll.
That is correct.
Oh, John, that's a problem. That's a hang-up, right? Is that what we call in the business, like a hang-up?
No. Now we can make use of this. I can make this work.
They're gonna spot this one a mile away.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna plan this out, but we need to have Tina eventually get her boat, I think, for this. So
yeah, you're looking out and you can see the island. It's sort of like a long rectangle, north and south wise.
So the gang is the troll killers, and then the fucking Lone Star police are pushing back against them at this point.
There's Lone Star police on the south end with like a riot line, like basically trying to push their way in. And then on the northwest side, like just like you said, there are police boats sort of pulling into the docks up there as they're trying to sort of like get into the island.
Tina's got an idea here. The cogs on the wheels in her mind are starting to click just a little bit. They're starting to turn very slowly. But she throws one out there and she says, all right, I got a boat. I can get us in there. These guys don't like me, right? They don't like me. They also don't like those fucking police, so maybe I dress up one of my police costumes. I come in. Rory, you dress up as one of these troll killers. You bring me in handcuffs and say, hey, I got one. John, you go get some explosives placed in multiple locations. We create some distractions. We get in on the inside and we start looking through the different...
the cargo containers.
Big cargo containers, yeah.
So you're doing the classic Wookiee.
The classic Wookiee.
Captured Wookiee maneuver.
What the fuck's a Wookiee?
Here's my thing, Tina. What if you guys approach and try to get close enough to search some of the containers? You know, unless everything goes south. If everything goes south, I can blow the thing and come in, and we could start hopefully searching for the containers then.
And then if we get caught, we're already in costume. Rory can take me in and be like, "Hey, I got this.
Where are we gonna get these costumes?
Tina's got costumes, man.
Okay.
Tina can make costumes. She's got all kinds of shit.
Okay.
Or is I like this plan, guys. Yeah, you can count on me.
Tina knows who the Lone Stars are. Like she's got a Lone Star costume back in the old apartment.
It's like a stripper it's like almost like stripper level, but it's like it's passable. It's passable.
John doesn't do costumes. He's not a master of disguise.
So John, as you're looking over this place, though, you can tell that the highway is going to be tough to sneak through, and with your motorcycle, you might need to go on foot at a certain point to get.
Yeah, no, I was thinking I'd pull up on the highway and then have maybe like rappel down and crawl to these containers.
That'll do it.
And Tina and Rory are going to come in on Tina's boat, her transport boat.
You guys are awesome.
What does Rory have for weapons? Rory?
I hope Rory's got like an ultraviolet light on him because we'd need one of those.
Oh, yeah, so you were handed one of those. I would say that you guys were he gave you, when he said it.
We also got 1,000 new yen in cred stick.
That's true, we could buy something.
We could do a whole little side episode where we go shopping for an hour.
We do like the 80s shopping montage.
We just go get some sushi and like try out some new outfits, and like we all just sit in the waiting room and come out and like show each other our outfits and
bond. And
then we go and look at some paintings in the museum.
Yeah. We actually start to get to like Rory a little bit. Rory's obviously going to get his head blown off on this.
Rory starts to grow on us a little bit.
Yeah, it would be funny if it tragic that we actually like miss him.
Like Tina liked Rory, and then she heard that like John hates Rory, and then she was crushed, and then she started hating Rory, and then she went shopping with Rory, and now she likes Rory again. She's just torn back and forth,
right?
And she can't quite figure it out. It's like she's starting to think maybe John's the asshole, and Rory's like a really great guy.
I think that is probably the case. That's
probably exactly the case.
So you see Rory.
Can we just say that that's what exactly happened? Right, we did blow all the money at like pizza.
Fast forward 4.5 hours. Tina's sitting there eating an entire large pizza by herself. They've gone shopping. They've got everything they need. What did they buy? That's my question. We should probably buy some more stuff. If we need C4, we should probably get some C4.
I mean, I have C4.
You've got it, but we got 1,000 new yet.
If you're going to repel, you might need to repel. You might need to buy that gear.
Oh, okay.
I am intrigued because to be honest, I know nothing about Shadowrun, so I'm learning on the fly here.
Same. But yeah, I don't have any repelling. Is that something I can actually buy? I was just throwing that idea out there.
It is.
Oh.
So Tina's got a binocular eyepiece.
Well, I have a subvocal phone, so I could be contacted without people hearing.
So are you saying that you could just like think and telepathically radio me your thoughts?
Yes.
That's fucking rad.
Like on a call.
So I found in the Street Samurai's catalog the grapple gun. And
oh shit! There's a grapple gun.
There's a grapple gun, and it shoots grapple hooks over 300 meters.
How expensive is it?
No, John, you got to zip line in.
Oh, that's
you got a grapple hook and zip line in.
You can. So the grapple gun itself costs 450 new yen. The repelling gear costs 250 new yen.
Money well spent.
Like I was thinking, I'm repelling off the overpass of the highway just to get down to ground level, and then I'm kind of walking over to like place the bombs. What if you, Tina, have the grapple gun in case like you need to like grapple up to like one of those cranes like in the cargo area to like hide or something?
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe that's more useful for you to have that.
But you're gonna have to do some sneaking because your motorcycle's loud and there's cops everywhere and there's gangs. So it's like
that's why I think like I'm gonna park up on the highway and then I'm gonna rappel down and then I have these night vision goggles so I can just walk through and
you're gonna be sneaking and walking.
I think you should have the grapple gun. I think you could Batman out of there if you needed to. That's what I'm saying. Like up onto one of those cranes.
Well, I kind of like that too. I mean, I feel like the boat's kind of our escape, but we should definitely have like an alternate option in case our boat gets figured out or something like that.
Rory's like,
I like the idea of you having that boat.
Johnson told us we could go get arrested by the cops, remember?
And Tina's like, fuck that, man. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah, no, you're probably
I don't trust that guy, and I don't trust his fucking cops.
You're probably right.
I think your instincts are right on, Tina.
You guys will have to buy 2 sets of repelling gear if you're going to give the grapple gun to Tina and have her use it, and then you're going to repel on your own, John.
Okay, we have the money for that.
Yeah, you have the money. You just enough.
900, right?
It'd be 950.
Okay, let's do it.
So Millie's your fixer. So he usually can get you set up with stuff like this. Usually.
Yeah.
Let's call Millie.
Oi, John. It's getting late. You did the job already. God damn, you're good, man.
Now, Millie, I need you to give me 2 repelling kits and a grapple gun. ASAP.
Oh, shit.
He starts like fucking scrambling for like a pencil. He's like,
all right, two repelling gears and a grapple gun. All right, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Tina leans over to John and she's like, John, what's he saying?
He's getting us the gear we need.
Oh, it's good. Tell him that the Yankee Noodle isn't just a restaurant.
He knows that. He knows that.
Okay, I've eaten there many times, and I didn't know, and
it's a restaurant. He's like, all right, where do you want me to drop the gear off?
Let's have him drop it off at where your boat's located.
Yeah. At Tina's apartment.
Okay.
Tell him to drop it off at my apartment.
All right, it should be there. I'll try to get there in the next hour.
So he's going to go off. He's going to buy that stuff and have it shipped over to your place, Tina. A grapple gun and 2 sets of grappling gear.
So to be clear, that's like an escape route plan we've got here then. Or is that your way in, John?
I'm thinking for me, it's a way in.
Tina's kind of picking up on the fact that John really has never rappelled before, but he's really excited about doing it. And he's like, he's trying to find a reason to rappel down from the highway when he could just walk down below. And she's very supportive of it.
Don't ruin this for me, Tina.
No, you should definitely rappel down there.
Rory's like, I like it, guys. Like, so Tina, I'm coming in with you in the boat, right?
That's right.
All right. And he pulls up this fucking sick Ares Predator pistol. It's like a heavy pistol. And he fucking puts in some fletchet rounds. And he's like, let's do this, John, just like old times.
All right. Just keep your head on a swivel, okay, Rory?
Oh, absolutely.
Please put the safety on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Safety first.
Safety first, then teamwork.
So, I mean, basically, we now head to Tina's, and then once we get our gear, we can roll out, I think. We got to get your disguises. We got to get that. Maybe the fashion montage was you get buying the proper things for disguises.
Tina, you have 50 nuyen left in your petty cash to make that outfit convincing.
So what Tina actually has is like something that looks very similar to a Lone Star Police costume, but then she uses the 50 nuyen to go like have a tailored badge or whatever it is, whatever their official markings are. She has that, sticks that on there with some glue.
Nice.
All right.
And she also happens to have just like some colors that match the colors of the troll killers in her costume wardrobe that are way too fucking big for Rory. Because they fit a troll.
Yeah, Rory's a mousy guy, if you haven't been able to tell. He's basically got like a blonde bowl cut, and he's just like a tiny little fucking mousy guy. And he puts these threads on, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna apologize right now, Miss Bonemeal, was it?
That's right.
I'm gonna have to probably say some real inappropriate and offensive things if I'm gonna be a convincing troll killer, you know.
I'm into it. It's okay. I've heard worse. Trust me.
Okay. He starts like he goes over to a mirror and he just starts trying to like puff himself up and be like, you fucking trog. You fucking filthy fucking subhuman trash.
And Tina just kind of cringes a little bit and she's like, oh, that's good. That's good. I'm going to say we're in Tina's garage. So Tina has a garage on Lake Washington. Outside of her apartment, next to some abandoned factory, and this little garage right down in the lake. It's one of those garages that you pull into on the water surface with your boat. So it's like a car garage, but a boat garage. It's got a garage door and everything, and it's like right on water level.
That's awesome.
And so they're in there, right? We're all three of us in there right now.
Sick. So I feel like you guys are getting the boat ready. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna light up a. Actually, no, I want to do a line of Nova Coke.
Okay.
Just because that's my thing before a gig.
So John's got Nova Coke. He's got 30 grams of Nova Coke. That'll give you...
Okay.
What that does is it gives you +1 reaction, +1 charisma, +1 perception, and a high pain tolerance of 1 for...
Sick. I love how there's no negatives to taking cocaine in this game.
Yeah, well, if you crash, it does do some shit. So basically for 10, what's your body? What's your number for your body? 4? It looks like. So 10 minus 4, 6 hours. For 6 hours, you get these benefits. So you're fine, yeah. For 6 hours, you're fucking charismatic badass that can't feel pain as much as before.
I'm going to offer that to the group. I feel like Rory's going to feel pressured to do it.
Oh, John, I will say that's one thing that I don't miss. I hit that pretty hard. You sure you need me to take this?
What an ass. I love how making him break his like 5-step program or whatever. Just take some, you pussy.
He's like, I guess you're right. It could be the last night. It could be our last night, right? I mean, this could be it. And he walks over and he fucking snorts it like a fucking pro. And when he's done, he's fucking...
He snorts it up his ass.
Yeah, he rubs it around his asshole. No, he licks his finger and he picks up the powder off the table and he's like rubbing it on his gun. He's like, He's like, oh yeah, that brings me back. All right, I'm fucking ready. And he's a little more charismatic all of a sudden. He's like slapping his fucking face. He's like, all right.
And Tina leans into John. She goes, I like this guy.
He's like, you got any weights I could lift?
She's like, yeah.
Oh, let me at him. I'm gonna fuck those up.
And then we go spend another half an hour going up to Tina's apartment. Just him and just Tina and Rory. And she's just got like 1,000-pound weights on our barbells that Rory can't move, but we have a really good time pretending to lift weights up there, and then we come back down.
It's like the pottery scene in Ghost, like you're helping him lift them, and he's like,
exactly right. He's like, that's good. Wow. That's good.
I think Tina's gonna fuck Rory.
We also do like a montage, like just a quick like montage of Tina getting suited up, like she's just like throwing all of her gear on, getting ready for this run. She's got her Defiance T250 short shotgun. She's got her Defiance Super Shock taser. She's got all of her melee weapons, her sap, her knife, her chain whip, her shuriken. She's got a bunch of grenades. She's got a concealing holster with a silencer for her shotgun, which I didn't know if it was a thing or not, but we're gonna go with that. And so she's getting all decked out, and like Tina like double knots everything on her body. She like straps down everything hard, and then it cuts to like her lacing up her boots and just like very daintily like single knotting her boots on each side.
I wanna kind of stuff like a clip into the H&K and like slap the magazine shut while I'm on my bike on the rapier, and then I want to start it up and do like an 80s John Woo like hold the brake and like spin the back tire around and then take off and have it like, you know, whenever they take off like super fast, like the back wheel like breaks away, like almost lose control for a second and then like rights itself.
Fishtail?
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, because you guys were all Tina, did you take any coke or no?
Tina did not.
That's a good question.
Okay. Tina did not take any coke. She was so amped about like just having some people around that like she felt like she was jiving with, that she got real excited about that. That and like Rory's like really growing on her, and he had coke and they did some weightlifting, and like that was exciting enough for her to just really get going.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm basically leaving you two to do whatever before you get your mission started. I don't know what's going on.
We'll be there. That's the last thing. That's the last thing Tina said to John before you ripped off on your rapier. She was like, "We'll be there."
Okay, sick.
Nice. So John,
how are we communicating? By the way, like I assume we have the ability to. I don't know what we're doing here, Ben.
I would assume you guys all have like John has like a phone that's on his neck. He can just like.
I have the phone, but what do they have?
Everyone has phones.
Yeah, I think Ben had told us that before. We all have phones. So we're just gonna go with like canon here that John can telepathically communicate with us. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, he basically can talk by like in his throat, and you can hear it.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Tina has a phone, but it's like a big 80s brick phone, which actually, for her size though, feels like a very small cell phone.
So John, you do a fucking sick John Woo, peel out, you take off, fucking wind's blowing through your hair and your beard, your jacket. Tina, how are you taking off? You're getting in your boat, right?
I roar up that boat, and the garage door opens very slowly, and then the lights turn on. There's a shot from outside where it's just like the garage door opens, and the two headlights from the boat just sear into the camera lens. We get some lens flare there, and then her and Rory just kind of tear out of there, ripping across Lake Washington and then through the various waterways to get out into the main bay.
Yep.
On the just the brilliant cityscape of Seattle as they're headed south down to.
There should be like a sick swooping shot if we're gonna get cinematic.
Yeah, let's get cinematic.
Like 80s style, like Top Gun style, would like be like zooming down the highway on my bike,
racing
and then,
racing an airplane. Yeah.
Right, and then we go Then we go past, and like your boat's like underneath like the highway pass, like you know, we track
you have
like
a
a
bridge
total
over top.
Michael
in the
Mann,
same shot.
Michael Mann, like Bad Boys, like fucking.
No, Bad Boys. Yeah, they would be like what's his name?
Bruckheimer.
No, Brockheimer and
Bay, Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
And Tina just kind of looks up and sees you ripping over the overpass and just salutes you with two fingers as she keeps going. trails
Sick.
behind her boat through the bay.
I get lit off the gas and let like a backfire go out, you know, like just kind of as my
I like
signal.
the idea of Rory being in the front and the bow of Tina's boat and just doing the Titanic pose all by himself and just getting sprayed.
Yeah, so high.
Sprayed with water and just like, but not blinking, so his eyes are just taking in salt water.
He's still like muttering like derogatory troll comments to himself, just like keeping himself sharp, keeping him on the top of his mind. I'm also imagining when you fired up your boat, like it's like diesel, and this fucking like black cloud of smoke shoots like, and it like fucking right in his face, like he just
Tina's just encouraging Rory to give dirtier and dirtier and saltier troll insults, and she's just like, she's into it. She's like, yeah, that's good.
Oh
that's
God,
good.
What's gonna happen with these two? I'm sorry, but if Rory survives this thing, Tina needs to just break him in half by fucking like a fucking
shatter his hips.
Tina likes Rory. She's not into Rory, but she wants him to succeed. She's in a very supportive place in her life right now in terms of helping other people like find that sweet spot when they're acting on stage, like in that role, and like he's discovering something about himself right now, and she's into it.
Wow. Okay.
So John, each of you, John, as you get closer to the highway, running along the bottom end of the docks, there's definitely a police barricade you can see up ahead of you, probably like a mile down the road. They've got the traffic blocked off. A lot of people are swearing and turning their fucking cars around. The grid, a lot of like 90% of the traffic is run by Grid Guide, which is basically like an AI remote navigational thing. So the cars are just kind of rerouting themselves, and people aren't really sure what's happening. They just kind of look out the windows as their cars just instantly turn to find another route. So you're kind of still, there's traffic like kind of like just organically bending and turning back around, so you're kind of masked by them all, but you can see the police barricade up ahead.
I should be like weaving in and out, like on the bike,
and it's like perfect because like
assholes in traffic, or they like go by, they run down in between the cars.
The AI is like compensating for you too, so it's like it's definitely getting weird behind you. Like there's like you fucked up the entire flow as you're just like ripping through these fucking cars. And Tina, as you come around, coming in from the water, you can see a ton of like cargo ships that are just like waiting in line to get to the docks. They're just like all sitting out of the water. Yeah. And same kind of deal. It's like there's just like traffic that you can kind of mask yourself in. There's like maybe 4 or 5 huge freighters filled with fucking cargo containers that you're seeing as you're pulling up to this place.
Okay. Tina immediately shuts the lights off, even long before she got close to any of those cargo ships. And she just like puts the troll motor on and starts very silently navigating through the dark waters of the bay and near Terminal 18, and kind of going in between the cargo ships, and works her way in closer and closer and closer to the actual area of Terminal 18.
The east side, right?
Next to those cranes, and she kind of pulls up and she ties the boat off to the dock there, and she motions over to Rory, doesn't say anything, and just gives a thumbs up and motions upwards as there's a ladder right there that climbs up, I assume. Yeah,
there's definitely like a utility ladder near like the cranes and stuff that you could definitely use. It's pretty dark. You can see that like there's a few like big spotlights that are on.
Okay.
But the whole place has been shut down, so there's not really lights on any of the cranes or anything like that. As you come up, you can hear there's not really much. You can hear like yelling and stuff, sort of in the distance, where you can tell where maybe the police are dealing with some of these people. But there's maybe a gunshot goes off like once, but it's not like really that heated. It doesn't sound like.
Okay. Yeah. Tina just is above the ladder on Rory and looks down at Rory. She's like, "All right, keep it down. Try to avoid the spotlights. Follow me. Stay close."
Awesome. John, what are you up to?
I just want to very simply like park my bike like behind like a big garbage truck or something, so that like people can't really see exactly what I'm doing that's like stuck in traffic. And then I want to set my rappels and like as soon as I can like rappel down the side off the highway and get down into the darkness. Nice. Where I
so you're far enough
slip
back.
on my night vision goggles.
Okay.
I'm way far away from where I need to be. I'm gonna get down, drop down from the highway and then walk into the docks in complete darkness with my night vision.
Okay.
start setting my charges on one
Since you're not like, no one's like, you're not like in a rush, you're not like, no one's shooting at you or anything, you're able to get down that pretty easily. And you get down and you can see on your end, you're seeing actually a lot more activity. You're seeing, it's just like, it's fucking cops with riot shields, and there's like a line of like maybe like 50 fucking gang members, and they're all like fucking smashing into each other. And they're not paying attention to you, but it looks like it's getting pretty intense now.
I want to stick to the shadows.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll like perception as a group, I think. They do not see you, so they are too busy dealing with their shit. You're able to sneak, just like
goddamn right they don't.
You're just like you're the knight. You're like able to fucking like read the crowd when they're not really paying much attention. You dart into their fucking shadow, and you're doing it perfect. Tina, as you come up, you can see like the huge cranes towering above you guys. You come up over the ladder.
Tina's big troll head just kind of comes up above the dock, and you can see her eyes kind of darting left and right on this ladder.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Ooh, ain't gonna be very high here. Let's see. Intelligence for Tina, 3. I got a 5 and a 6.
Okay. You can see in a span of like maybe 1,000 feet, like in a panorama view, you're looking, there's maybe like 4 gang members. You can see from the colors of their clothes from before.
Okay.
And they're just kind of like methodically going through and like opening up cargo containers and like shutting them. There's basically this huge row, like maybe like 4 stacked high of cargo containers that go almost as far as your eye can see on either side.
Oh, geez. There's a lot.
But you can see that like Terminal 18, is sort of in your area, and this like kind of the square in front of you here. Okay. There's like Terminal 19 off to the side. You can definitely see like boundaries to where you're supposed to be. So it's
and is it pretty well lit? Is it pretty dark?
It's pretty dark with pockets of light.
All right. And we've got this ultraviolet light.
You got the ultraviolet light.
Okay.
It's like a utility flashlight thing with you know what I mean? High powered thing.
Tina pulls out her brick cell phone. She dials John, and she goes,
"John, we're at Terminal 18. We're going in."
Great, and then John's going to use his subvocal phone to just kind of acknowledge. Sounds good. And he's like moving.
She goes ahead, clicks it off, wrenches her head over, talks down to Rory, says, "All right, follow me. Stay low." And she makes a move for it.
Nice.
She heads over to one of the nearest containers and tries to stick to the shadows.
There's 3 of them that are not really paying much attention. One of them has just closed his cargo container and is starting to turn to walk to another one, and he's looking sort of in your direction as you're moving. So we're going to see if he sees you. He rolled really well. So he kind of stops and leans forward because he thought he saw something. Because you're moving kind of, through the shadows or whatever, but it's like it was a big figure. If he's going to see anybody out here, he's expecting to see someone maybe his size. You're fucking like 9 feet tall and massive. And so he says like, "Hey, who the fuck is that? Who is that?"
Oh, fuck.
And he yells at you. He's probably like 30 meters away. He shouts it to you. "Who the fuck is that?"
And Tina just kind of pauses, and she turns back to Rory, and she goes, "Rory?"
All right. Thank you for listening to Pink Fohawk. You can check out new episodes every 2 weeks. Until then, please tell your friends, follow us on Instagram, please share, whatever, if you like it. If you don't, that's fine. We really appreciate you guys for giving us your time. It's the most precious commodity any person has. Pink Fohawk theme created by Collin Ruffino. You can find links to his website in the description below, along with credits for other songs used in this episode. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
I love rhubarb pie, though. That's a New England treat.
All I know about rhubarb is that it's poisonous if you eat the wrong part of the plant.
It's like a blowfish. You gotta get the right parts of the rhubarb.
Yeah. I'm like, what are we talking about again?